Yes.
Hello, my name is Yuri Kozarov. Today, let's talk about Kabbalah, a spiritual teaching that originated several thousand of years ago in ancient Babylon. It started like this. An important person of that country, Babylon, uh, decided that the egoism that raised among the population at that moment is threatening the state, that at some point it will cease to exist, and it should be cured, it should be solved, this problem, by returning to the creator of the world, the creator. And he assembled a tent and started to invite people, teaching them about the new teachings of Kabbalah. At some point, they left the country and became the modern, what we know as the modern people of Israel. They are the modern Jews, those who came from that small group of followers of that person. So let's discuss this. So I would like to explain that Kabbalah is not talking about the next life. You know, it says that your world you will see in this life. Now, it takes some time, maybe several years, maybe 10 years or more. You know, and at some point when studying Kabbalah, we start to see spiritual reality here, where we are. Well, and we have classes, we have special computer systems to connect us all, by which we interact with each other. We study at the lessons at the night lessons at 3 a.m. Israel time and Moscow time. And we also gather together in our small groups in the tents, the group of 10 people. We assemble and we study together, we discuss, and therefore we are the international group. We have over 2,000 people of disciples who are learning together with us this ancient knowledge, the Kabbalah. So you may have the question, what is Kabbalah? What is Kabbalah? What it teaches us? Its primary teaching is in the story of Rabbi Hillel. Rabbi Hillel, once a person, a disciple, asked Rabbi Hillel, teach me the whole of Torah while I'm standing on one of my legs. And he said, okay, don't do to the other what you don't want to be done to yourself. That's the whole of Torah. And everything else is a commentary. Go and learn. That was the question. And another rabbi told, love thy neighbor like thyself. In other words, you should love another person like you love yourself. And there was a confrontation between those two schools of thought.
Like stable camera and see that can be more good. Otherwise, that's legal.
Good, okay. Thank you. Well, and these are the main precepts of Kabbalah. Love thy neighbor of thyself. In other words, love another person like you love yourself. And don't do to the other what you don't want to be done to yourself. These two things. This is the most essential principles in Kabbalah. And of course, when we are learning, we understand that all the spiritual reality is based on those principles. You know, so in other words, a person, when he starts learning Kabbalah, a person of our world, is just a small egoist. You see? And when he starts learning, when he attracts the light which corrects us, the light of that is coming from the Creator, the upper force, gradually we become more and more purified, and we start to conduct correction of our egoistic desires into altruistic desires. The desire remains the self, remains what it is, but the intention changes from for myself to for the others. In that manner, we become more altruistic persons, and as a result of this, we became able to experience spiritual reality. That's it.
Okay, actually, we were not so much familiar, but whatever you explained from this, we will start to ask some questions to you for a little more understanding.
Yeah, yes. Like
Good.
according to Kabbalah philosophy, what is the aim of life for them? Like, what is the aim of life?
The aim of life is to be united with the Creator, the one that created us, the entire humanity.
So united means
That is the aim.
with that.
The upper force, yes, the upper force, yes, the upper force. To become united with the upper force by changing our vessels, our desires, by correcting our desires.
Now egoistic, becoming altruistic, more and more altruistic,
true.
and by this way we can become with God who is more like altruistic.
Okay, so
Yes.
so when we will united, after that, what will happen?
We become another person. You see, we become another person.
Yes,
we start to feel and see things which are like 100 times more than what we used to, like that.
Okay, so then what we will do after that? Means that time, what will be the aim of life?
I think we
After
will become
altruistic.
more. I'm not at the stage when I can say that I achieved that, but at my intermediate stage, in my situation, I think that we should be much more humble people than before we started on that journey. We become much more humble, much more modest, much more careful, caring person, and such.
More like ethical, moral.
So okay, after when we will become ethical, moral, humble. So what will be the aim of life that time?
The aim of life is to spread the light that we are receiving, to emanate the light which we get from the Creator.
No.
That we want to share.
When all will become humble, so that time what will be the aim of life? Like all we are humble now. No need to teach anyone.
Altruistic.
Yeah.
So what will be that time?
we will have a corrected humanity. No, a great humanity where when like 90% what humanity does will cease to exist. All those businesses which has no purpose, all those activities that has no results and so forth, how the humanity is fooling itself, what we're having here now, all those politicians that give false promises, all those lifestyle things, that we have, all those vacations overseas, all the waste, all the unnecessary activities will cease to exist. We'll have the happy humanity when people will be helping each other. That's what they will do. They won't be won't need to work, to be
Yeah,
employed and such. It will stop to be so important as it is
yes,
today.
yes, that's okay. But in that good society, that time, what will be the aim of life?
Already all.
The aim of life will be to help other people. We will be working for the others. That
Help
is,
for what?
be altruistic.
Okay, means why? What? Someone help to someone? What things serve for this life? Because if we don't know what is the aim of life, so how we will help to other, in which way, which manner? Shraddhanshu Sekharji asking question.
Disappeared briefly. I think that at that
You
point,
can sit somewhere, otherwise.
yes, it is written by the Kabbalists, in the 20th century, that we are currently in the period where the humanity must start learning Kabbalah. There is no need that everyone should be learning Kabbalah like we do, but to some degree they should know about Kabbalah. They should implement those principles, and our organization was trying to start such classes of Kabbalah without the name Kabbalah, without anything Jewish, anything. What is the perplexing people in the United Nations organization, and they had those classes, but probably the time has not come yet. Probably we're in the moment where it could start any day, no, but not now, not yet. We hope that it will change in the future. And the aim of life, the aim of life is to be like the upper force, to liken oneself to the upper force, to be like the creator,
Okay,
the God,
like that. Okay, like when we will become like a creator, what will be the aim of life that time?
That time.
I see. Then to be like him more, more than we already became able to experience, more than that. Even more, and again,
No, like
again.
after
And of course,
becoming God,
there are
how we
125
will live?
stages.
How we will live the life? Or we not?
We don't know. It is not
Okay.
written. How
Okay.
we'll live, I don't know. I hope it
Okay.
will be a happy life. I hope it will be a very happy life, without any problems.
So, Shraddhanshu Sekhar asking a question.
You read reading.
You can read this question. This is from Shraddhanshu Sekhar from India.
Yes.
Yeah,
How
and he is
related? Yes.
he did MPhil in philosophy.
Yes.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
related is Kabbalah to Hasidism? Is it necessary for one to be a part of Hasidism to practice Kabbalah? No, it is not necessary at this point of time to be a Hasidic person. Hasidut leaders like Baal Shem Tov, they were great Kabbalists of the past. They were great Kabbalists who Baal Shem Tov started a movement to attract people to learning Kabbalah in the 18th century, if I remember correctly. Well, and some of their books, of the Hasidic books, we have in our Kabbalah movement. We have them, we read them. We read about Baal Shem Tov of those movements. So in some way we are continuing that tradition, but you don't need to be a religious Hasidic Jew in order to study Kabbalah. Not at all. Not at all. Don't need to be.
Okay, and what is the reason behind this? Like we all are not altruistic by nature,
Why?
by birth.
Why we become like this? By which way? By birth? Why it happened?
We became egoistic because the Creator made us so. That's why we became egoists.
But
The
why Creator made us like egoistic? If He want, we should become altruistic. Why He made us like egoistic?
Yes, that's because He wanted us to exercise free will. In other words, we have free will to become more altruistic, to get the correcting light and change our self from egoistic something to altruistic. That is our free will. He wanted us to freely
which
and
purpose?
independently start studying and changing.
No, like for which purpose He give us a free will?
Because we are human, He gave us free will because we are human. Even if we don't comprehend spiritual reality, we're still human and we have free will. And when we start learning Kabbalah, we exercise our free will. And one question: where is the use of spirituality? I don't quite understand the question. Like, what is where is the use? Where is the use of
Like
spirituality?
he asking, what is the use of altruistic?
How we use this is our altruism, our this
By
nature.
giving to other. It doesn't mean you're giving money or something like that. Also, possibly you could be giving even
No,
that.
but
But
other also will be altruistic, na?
All giving to whom?
To whom? If all will
to
become
other
altruistic, then
to
who
other
will give
people,
to whom? Other
yes,
means who? Who also be
people.
altruistic?
If we become a member of a happy society of the future, we shouldn't be caring about each other. We shouldn't be working to support oneself because others will be doing that. You see, others will be doing that, and we will just be working on the others, knowing that no, our need will get unattended because others will help us out. You see?
All will help to each others, will help to each others. Hmm?
Yes.
Giving to each other.
Everyone helps. Everyone works for the others. Like in the communism, it's the communism is
Okay.
it originates from the spiritual things, and unfortunately it was so distorted that we had that Soviet Union things, but actually it is from the spiritual books, where they got that. I recently was told that, but by one person, that the communism comes from religious books, of the Jews. They wanted to create
Yeah.
this ideal society artificially without changing the man. Without
Yes.
changing the man. They thought
Yes.
they could change the man like this by the propaganda and so forth.
Okay. Like
It's not working.
altruistic. So your altruistic means a good society where every person behave like a good.
Yes, that's true.
Altruistic means.
Good society, the ideal society of the future, of the
Okay.
10th generation. And we want to see this maybe in like a little bit, but we want to see this future. That's true.
Okay. And how much this Kabbalah, like a philosophy, means how much before this started?
Like 4,000 years ago,
So from
by
this,
the by the Abraham,
yes,
and
yes. So
before that,
in 4,000 years, why we did not achieved such society? It is very long time. Many, like many people birth and died already. So
we had achieved.
what
We
is the
had
problem?
achieved briefly at some periods of time, like for example, in ancient Israel, we had such society when there was a temple and there was Kohanim who were serving in the temple and so forth, and people were studying and so forth. We had those periods, but what we have is that there is a law of raising of egoism in the people, and at each period of time when egoism is raising, one must correct that egoism to altruism. And if this is not done, there are wars, there is hunger, there are political problems, problems everywhere. In every segment of the society, we have problems, because we didn't get this teaching, to study, to change ourselves, to correct, and to bring those technology to others, like that.
But why they did not success to give teachings? What
It looks
problem?
like not success
Yeah.
already. What the reason? Why is it not success?
Because humanity didn't take this knowledge, didn't take.
So,
And
but why not taking?
up to the
That is aim
end
of
of
life.
the I'm telling you, up to the end of the 20th century, it was not studied very widely. It was actually like forbidden, forbidden to study Kabbalah. It was hidden,
Oh,
not
so
available to everyone.
like this way, when people will get this, if it is forbidden and people have no interest, teachers are not able to
Explain to everyone.
explain this everyone, and so how? Because 4,000 years is a long time. It's not a short time.
Well, we have this period when the Kabbalah must be spread widely, could be spread widely. But unfortunately, it is said in the scriptures of the sages that we currently have a generation with the face of a dog, animal. You see what generation we have now?
Means
That
now?
unfortunately they are not now. Yes, that unfortunately in that last generation, only small portion of the people will start studying Kabbalah, and the others will think, why do we need those teachings? What will come to our ego if we study this? Because the person wants to feed his ego, his or her ego wants to feed it, and not to correct it to altruism. That unfortunately, Kabbalah is the most hated things in the world. If people even knew the Kabbalah, maybe many people would be loudly objecting.
You are very optimistic, even though it looks like not easy.
Yeah, like
It's not easy. Yes.
after that, many religious like Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Jain, many philosophy came and they like more famous.
Actually,
Yes, that's
looks
true.
like this.
Yeah, so like a Kabbalah, people should think about this, like what problem there. It not becoming like a famous thing,
Like
at least
worldly popular.
worldly popular. And a new question.
New question, Yuri.
Shraddhanshu Sekharji asking a new question. Like, don't you think that helping someone is against his her dignity as a human being?
No,
Like,
not at all. It is said that at some point in the spiritual journey, one must realize that the 600,000 people are helping you at every moment, and it is not at all like a problem to the dignity, but basically the way we should be living in the future, no, in the future society, in the ideal society, the way we'll be having our needs attended, you know, what we could be able to get what we need, which is essential, no, essential things, not some luxuries, you know, some essential things. People should be having like.
Only sense, not much.
Okay. A new question.
New question.
News FF. He asking, scholar sir, if I go to the market and say that I am a spiritual person, will anyone confront me? Means will anyone give free everything to him? Just if he will
No,
say, I am a
I think
spiritual
no,
Kabbalah
no,
person.
not at all. We're not living in the ideal society, you know. We still have money, we still have to work, and so forth. No, not yet, not yet. But basically, see, we are trying to build those ideal society in our association neighborhood. We are like sending some small portion of our income, and they are maintaining the entire system of network of communication, everything, you know, the center in Israel, you know, and those centers in other countries as well, you know, like that.
One more,
We are semi-communism, you know, situation we have.
one more question, because you were telling like only essential things are needed. If we will create only essential things, it means we will decrease our production because only will make very essential things. So then earning will also decrease, and if earning decrease, then how people will help to other in less economy?
Well, you see, if we solve the problem with egoism, with baseless egoism, when we could want to like own everything, have everything, you know, that all. If we stop this, we simply don't need all those luxury things, you know, all this excessive production, all this different cars, this car, another car, that car, and so forth. This way to travel abroad, you know, all those hotels with beaches and so forth. You know, we don't need this. We won't need this. You know,
No,
we will be
but only
living very
10%.
simple lives. You know, very
No, no,
simple lives.
no. But in today's life, only 10% people using those luxurious things. But 90% people still like a poor, and they using
Let them.
only, even they have not essential things properly.
Yes,
So
yes.
from so suppose these rich people also, if do not ask for luxurious things, then how these 90% people will get the necessary things? Who will give them, and from where it will come?
Well, people, we are saying that not everyone should be working. Not everyone. Some people should be just learning Kabbalah, studying Kabbalah. They shouldn't be working, you know. If they don't, and working would be a privilege. In other words, people will be respected because they are giving to others. They work to give to others, and they will be respected for that. And of course, because the egoism will stop be a running force, you know, the major force in the world, you know, that of course the essential needs of the people will be attended. We hope so.
No, but for that also we should need we will need some system. No, any Kabbalah teacher made such system in which such altruistic people will like a serve.
Or it will be same like communistic system, not like social system behind of this teaching.
Some
Not how
similarities
Kabbalah
exist. Some
looking like.
similarities. Some similarities we can find, yes. To some degree it is similar. You see, difference between Kabbalah and communism is that communism was trying to change people by materialistic ways, artificially. And Kabbalah tried to change the nature with the help of the upper force. You see? We're also saying that we shouldn't produce many things, like 90% of the things, of the products and services, they are necessary. They shouldn't exist. We're saying.
I mean, what system will be that? Like money will be there. That will be the system with money, without money, or what will be the system? How is the education system? How is the job system?
No, it's like communism. It's no money. Some people, whatever like ability they are doing and getting whatever is essentially necessary for them.
No, but how other people will understand who is earning, means who is making, and to whom need? There should be some system, no? Like some market or some place.
Means some explanation there is in Kabbalah about social structure.
Or they will adopt this community.
Or they thinking, okay, if we will be all moral like communism happened.
It's a difficult question. I don't know. We at some point supported one party in Israel, political party, and we supported them, voted for that party, and so forth. But at some point we decided that we don't need to be associated with them. So we tried to make an impact. For example, one of our disciples is working in the municipality of the city where our main center is located, like in the mayor's office or something, But we basically think that we are not political. We don't try to propagate any political theory. No, we want to change the people. No, by the way of Kabbalah. That's all. That's what we do. And there is a question.
Yeah,
does
one question.
altruism?
Just one question you can read.
Doesn't altruism seem like an idea against the cruelty of nature? It seems as if nature does not expect us to be altruistic. In the end, nature kills everyone. What do you think? It's actually a difficult question. Don't know how to answer. Altruism is an idea against the cruelty of nature. You see, the nature, for example, wolves, wild animals like tigers, lions, they don't kill for the sake of killing, They don't have huge egos. You see, they are killing people when they need killing animals when they need it, for food. That's their nature. They are not harming anyone intentionally, and the man, the person, the human, is harming others intentionally. That's the difference.
Yeah, like Professor Pranveer Singh added here, so they will.
Yeah,
Yeah, Doctor.
no doubt, that if you are not going to have the political system, and if you are motivating the people just to adopt that kind of the concept, then how you are going to have that changing the constructive things, whatever the system is being followed. Number one thing, and earlier that as the Premjeet Singh sir asked that Premjeet Sirohi sir, that if money is there or not there, because see that we analyze that critically. If we analyze that money is that creating more problem. So in a system, if the money is there or some kind of that currency is there, That is the major problem for that any kind of the corruptions or other things, devaluation, valuation, or the different patterns of that. So in that way, if you are not going to that have that any political system, then how you are going to make the change at the country level? That's my question.
Summarize the question: if we don't go into politics, how do we change the system of the country? We won't change the system. You see, it will change uh, naturally. We think. We think it will change naturally by people starting
It's like
to
Madhya Pradesh.
applying our principles. That's all.
Yeah, he thinking like Madhyastha Darshan. In India also one is a Madhyastha Darshan who feeling when most of the people will understand that philosophy, and so that time automatically they change the whole system, like that type of mentality, like that time.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Then another question is that if you see that the biological system or ecosystem, as you are claiming that we are killing that the animals who are not harming that the human society, even though we are killing just for the eating the animals. The point is that if you are not killing the animals and if you are just making them propagate, then their population, what is the going to be the have their population in that system, in ecosystem?
That's true. That what is happening in the nature, that nature regulates itself, and when the man is trying to interfere, it causes mostly harm. Like for example, when we try to eliminate wolves, or like in China when they wanted to kill all the birds, like their enemies, they're harmful, but because of this, the ecosystem was destroyed, and actually they had hunger because the crops didn't grow well without those birds and so forth. That's unfortunately human being is actually is harmful to the nature, and harmful to everything. Unfortunately, that's true.
Uh,
Another question.
One question, Sarva Gyan Foundation. Is it possible for all to become humble? I don't think so because positive and negative both energy is essential for existence of the universe.
Well, yes, maybe. No, I don't know. Maybe you're right that positive and negative energy they're both essential. Maybe you're right. Maybe
Become
you're right.
balanced.
That's true. Yes.
No, so maybe he right means what? Like, are you not sure about this?
So means all can't become humble. Otherwise, how?
So then, how society will become?
Well, actually,
Answer.
we teach that people, when they advance spiritually, they become more evil. Their evil inclination become stronger, actually, and at each point they need to raise above it and correct it. You see, that's true. That this negative energy, or what you're saying, that's true. That comes to us, and we need to correct it. It's more and more negative energy. That's true. And
No,
positive
no,
energy comes from, yes, from correction.
no.
Means is it possible that only positive energy remains?
Means,
Like
No,
ultimately.
yeah. I mean, this universe
no,
is such type where like only positive energy can survive alone without negative energy.
no.
What Kabbalah say about this?
The evil inclination will exist up to the end of correction, up to the ending point of correction. We're saying.
But after, when this ending point of correction, so after this, only positive remains.
Could be. Yes, maybe. I think so.
No,
And
so
then
Kabbalah
after the end of
theory
correction, maybe.
is not clear about this. It will be maybe or not.
In theory of Kabbalah.
Well, the negative energy, it's actually we're saying evil inclination of us, our evil inclination will at some point be corrected, and the ultimate correction it will be connected. It will be corrected. That's true. Yes.
Possible. Means possible.
Yes.
No,
It's
possible.
possible.
Possible means that is a possibility. And when we are saying possibility, it means can be or cannot be. But what according to Kabbalah theory, it will be must means it shall be or only possibility can be or not can be.
All become creator.
Yeah.
One day, once upon a time, all become creator. And back to his kind of
Whether the Kabbalah has taken into consideration this kind of concept.
Uh, can you repeat? Unfortunately, I didn't
not
hear
much
it well.
like
Yeah,
about
just I'm saying that whether that the same question whatever the Premjeet sir is asking, whether that this kind of the negative and positive energy has been taken account by the Kabbalah theory concept.
Well, the positive and negative are the two sides of the same situation. They all come from the creator. There are how to say uh, like the worlds, the realms of the klipa, of the evil force, and they are good realms, the worlds of the good force. They are one against the other, like that. And the man, when he wants to advance, chooses between the evil one and the good one. And there is not possible to become living in the good world before you get rid of the bad world, like that, of the evil world,
Yeah,
negative.
that means if you are thinking that there will not be any conflict kind of things, only then positive energy is going to be possible. Am I right?
Yes, I think so.
So, but in our theory, our concept that the Sampurna Samadhan, the complete solution, there we are nullifying that all kinds of the conflict, causes of conflict among the human being. So that will be more prosperous, or the Kabbalah concept is going to be more prosperous.
Didn't get the question right.
See, in
Julia,
our concept, in our concept, the complete solution, there is that whatsoever the conflict of interest, like that, the money, property, and other things, the religion, these all things we are nullifying it in our philosophy. Means we are resolving the through the system. So there will be no money, there will be no personal property, there will be the no religion in the society. But if the person want to that follow something, he can go and have that his own kind of things in his house, but not in the society. Suppose I belongs to the Hindus, you belongs to the Christians, and others belong to Muslim people. Then so this is not going to see that in the society, human society, these are the three major causes of conflict: money, property, and Another thing is that one more is that the kind of relationship, the human means male and female relationship. And another thing is the most importantly that the religion. There are the four, five conflict kind of things are there. Generally, these conflicts are dominating and causing that much more problem. So, am I right? Do you agree?
Well, yes, and unfortunately, there are many problems in the society. Many
No, they are
conflicts,
the prime
many.
factors. No, no, absolutely, you are right. But the prime root causes of this all the conflicts, what is happening? The root causes are starting from the money, relations, and property, and the religion. Am I
Yeah,
right
like a
or
Could
not
be,
wrong?
yes, yes, like a
could be.
professor
I don't know.
saying,
Could
like
be.
a in this society, in the present society, many people like a behaving like a negative energy. So they're telling the root, the cause for that. Like they fighting for property or for relations or like two three things are root things. What for they becoming negative and positive. So if we can resolve by some system these things, so a person simply naturally will behave like a what you saying altruistic.
Yes, yes.
So
We
we
think
behave
that
like this.
we won't be able to change the society. Won't be able to change the society in this manner by like starting some political movement or maybe I don't know in this manner. No, we won't be able to change the world. What we could do is to change men. See, individual men,
Ah, yes,
one, two,
absolutely.
three, 4 men, 20 men, 100 men. We can change them. We won't
No,
be able to change the government, or like
yeah,
economy
but
and so
yeah,
forth.
but a new baby borning so many, and the Kabbalah changing only few people per day. How Kabbalah a system will change like a all who are now and the everyday new baby borning without a system, without a education system. How just a temple of Kabbalah or like a few people, how they can convert this huge population together? It means how possible without
Well, that's
resources,
true. We
without
want to be, our teachers want to be a part of the education system. That's true.
so.
One thing that we think is ours is the education system. That's true. If we could
Yes.
influence the education system, that could be great. If we could.
Yeah. Yes. So if we can influence the education system, then we can influence political system also. Then we can influence any system because that is also a part of that. Like education system is a part
No,
of whole
not
system.
not political system. We can't influence We say that politicians are the puppets. Puppets in some hand of the master. They're just puppets. We don't
Okay,
need to
so we
be in
can change
torso
them.
with them.
We can we can
Sir,
influence those who are the main people.
Premji sir, Premji
Yes.
sir, dear the speaker, I want to know that if you see that in which country you are living, I don't know, but if you consider the India, we are having many such kind of the philosophy floating since centuries. Many philosophy, even the Buddhas and even other things, other philosophies. But still, India condition of India is not rejuvenated or the revolutionized. Because what I think that we didn't focus on the root cause of the thing. Suppose what really we want. See, if you want that something and I'm just resolving something else, then it is not going to be adopted by the human society. The point is that at the root cause, at the soul level or at the individual level, what really we want, until unless it is not being addressed, we can't resolve the problems. Just for that, the noble speeches are the kind of things, if you are getting through, like that Buddha has said that so many things, many philosophers has so many things, said so many things, but very limited people followed. And when they realize that they are getting suffered through that, the kind of the life they are getting through, then they are leaving out. And are, even though they are forced by that the mental force, and they are doing that, but their offsprings, especially son and daughter, they are not following. Just it is going to reverse. The point is that until unless we are not dealing the things at the natural level, we can't resolve the things. This is my viewpoint. I don't know how much you are going to agree with me, until unless see that you, whatever you are, that you are at individual level, I'm also at the individual level, both are the separated. But what really we want to be happy anyhow. For being happy, whatsoever the from the since the morning to the night, even while sleeping, also sleeping, I am doing that. So we sleep only for the becoming happy. The point is that what really the person want, until unless we are not going to deal with that in the system, it is not going to resolve. Whatsoever the kind of, this is the my personal examination and that analysis and conclusion. I don't know. So since morning to that night, we whatsoever we are doing that, even we are going through the job or that looking for the family, having the relations, having the sister, brother, having the son, daughter, parents, whatsoever that, and each kind of the relations or whatsoever that, just we want to be happy. This is the my examination and my conclusion. You may be having any other kind of experience, but my experience is that at personal level, whatsoever that, if I am not having the good relationship with my wife, I want to divorce her. If I'm not having the good relationship with my boss, I want to change my job. If I'm not having the good feeling good in a society, I want to change that house. This, see, everything whatsoever that we are doing since morning after waking up and even up to the sleeping, whatsoever we are doing only to become happier, happier, happier. So until unless we are not going to have that kind of the system which makes me happier, are happy and continue to be happy, I don't think so. It is not going to be there. And these are the kind of the killing of the animal. If I like that meat, then how you are going to make me stop to eating the meat? Whatsoever that you are the philosophy you are going to give that, I will not follow it. If I'm liking the kind of the food which is a non-vegetarian food. Am I right or wrong, dear?
As to the vegetarian food, I don't know. Basically, uh, we're suffering because of our egos. No, that's all. See, because of the egoism.
Sir, one basic question I'm asking. If you are suffering from the eager, why the nature has given me the eager?
Because he wanted to, for us to exercise our free will, to correct and become like him, or not.
No, if the, given the free will, until that this free will is not going to hinder your free will or anyone else free will, I'm the free. What is the problem?
Yes, yes, that's true. Yes, I agree with you. With you.
So the point is that, and see that if you see that biologically, if you think that What is the difference between that the chicken and that a grain of wheat? If I sow the wheat, it is also going to make a plant, and the many wheat grains are going to be given.
Hmm. Yes.
Am I right? And
Yes.
if the hen is there or the any chicken is there, if it is going to be allowed to egg in, then giving that, then many chickens are going to be produced. Both are the biological system.
Don't
So
know.
on which,
Maybe.
yeah, both are the biological system. Just for that, demarking that this is the not, and they both are the seeds. That's only one is that making that sound something, another is not able to make the sound. Very logical question I'm putting that. I don't know in
Hmm.
the biological system kind of things. So how you can demark that I can eat this, I cannot eat this? Who are not making sound, it doesn't mean that they are not living. They are also living entity.
Hmm. Well, I'm not quite getting you, but basically yes. So you have valid concerns, valid reasons. No, that's true.
Yes, yes.
We need to. We
Ye-
need to like
So,
try
so
to
fundamental,
get to the
fundamental
solution.
question. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So fundamental question is that both are the biological entity, whether it is a vegetarian or non-veg kind of things, means animals or that the whatsoever that both are the plants are also the biological. And the animal is also the biological entity as the sea. Only the thing is that kind of thinking power, kind of the speaking power, kind of that, and even it is well proven that even that the sea, the sounds and the music is affecting that the plants also, plant growth also. Am I right? Until unless they are not able to, and even that they are having that vibrations, they are having that the kind of the electronic system. Very fundamental question I'm
Hmm.
asking: how you can
Yes.
demark that, how we can demark that they are also having the vibrations, they are also having the electronic senses.
Don't know.
Yes,
Will be
sir,
solved
they
in the
are really
future.
well. Yeah, all many experiment has been proven. The equilateral tree, if you in the bar, if you insert that that your antenna kind of things, whatever the TV is having, and the TV is going to be on, getting the signal. So if this kind of things I'm very fundamental because you belongs to the logical country, logical thinking country. That's why I'm asking. Otherwise, I will not ask this kind of things to that Indians. कुछ लग रहा है सर उनको प्रॉब्लम हो गई लग रहा है कुछ सिस्टम में नेट प्रॉब्लम.
Yes, yes. Maybe internet somehow. He again joined. Yes. Ah, no, you ask he understanding or I can repeat?
Understood. He can repeat more easily, like essence of this question. Premjeet will tell a little more.
Okay. We want to say, like we all are biological entity like plants, animals, and we like a human beings. So why this need to be like a god? Like if we become to God, why need this?
No, why my point is that why we have to demark that we
Yes,
both are the biological entity, then one entity we are eating that happily, another that when we want to eat that, then it is going to be restricted. Why it is so?
yes, yes. They all are the part of this world, and one is using others.
Hmm.
Yeah, because many like non-vegetarian animals, they eating other animals simply.
And if you say that the
Nature
kind
is
of the
happy.
characteristics, even if you say that kind of the characteristics of the human being who are eating the vegetarian, they are not criminal. They are much more criminal.
Yeah,
Yes,
and like
I think.
what need to be all of humble, like all should be humble, like
No, he spoke
like
about human. He is different. Like nature, it's no problem. But human, something special. They should do.
no, but
Nature
Yes.
can't be.
no, but no, but human
Human
also like
has
a
an
why to
evil
choose
mind.
nature.
Evil mind, human has evil mind. He harms others intentionally. When
Intentionally.
he
Like
doesn't need it.
animals
But
by
he
nature.
harms,
Oh,
unfortunately.
okay, okay, like a human has mind and he doing intentionally. So what problem? He is doing intentionally. They
No,
doing
no, no,
unintentionally.
sir,
All are doing.
Premji sir,
It's a life. It's a
Premji
world.
sir. So,
Ji.
Premji sir, how we
Yes, sir.
can one person become the evil and another person become the saint?
Yes, yes. So some base should be there, no? Like
Did we find that?
to decide this, like this activity is cruel and this activity is humble. On which basis we trying this?
By moral, by ethics, he explained.
No, but that also we thinking, no? Like
How the morality,
Some
from where the
precepts.
morality has been
it's
originated?
like in animals, there are both of type. There are animals are who are non-vegetarian. They look like a very ethical, very they don't make made
No, it's okay.
Do
and
you think
and one
that?
other animals looking like they are
No,
non-ethical and
it's nature. Nature can't think by this
so,
category.
so
Only
in
human.
human
Yes,
being also,
yes, absolutely.
in human being
If
also
nature is
who
there,
are
see, if
ethical to
nature is,
non-ethical. Hmm.
sir,
Ah,
Premji sir, if nature is coding us,
yeah,
if nature itself is coding us to be that vegetarian or the evil or that, then how we
yeah,
are
like
going to resolve
warning
by
like
that?
that, huh?
Uh,
Born like what?
Like some vegetarian, some non-vegetarian.
Okay.
Yeah. So
do
who
you
are
think that
vegetarian, they eat vegetarian.
Nick, do you
Non-vegetarian, they
think
eat
that
animals.
tiger do you think that tiger and lion can be that vegetarian and they can survive?
Not
No, no, not at all.
No, in Kabbalah
That's
they don't
nature.
speak about nature.
It's
They
their
only
nature.
speak
They're
about human.
more
no. So
animals.
that's why he
They
asking like why for
they eat
human
flesh.
categorized like
Even if you see that our history, we were that pure non-vegetarian earlier,
Yes.
and we become that the slowly vegetarian.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe we will
And
become vegetarian.
in
Sir,
Kabbalah,
this is a well documented history of the human revelation.
in Kabbalah they eat meat, huh?
in Kabbalah they eating meat in Kabbalah.
Yes. Yes.
Therefore they have
It
no
is.
problem.
Ah,
If you want to
yeah.
become vegetarian,
Ah,
it's accepted. You can be
okay,
Yes,
vegetarian,
they
but
have
okay,
not
no
eat them.
problem about it.
okay. Professor sir, in Kabbalah,
Hmm.
people can be non-vegetarian. They have no problem by this.
Then the point is that how because they are going to be become
Then how
humble.
they will be humble? This question will arise. How they will be humble? They will be humble only for other human, not for
No,
animals.
sir, for animals cruelty, no problem.
Yes.
Okay. So you can
You
take
talk
Sir,
about human.
I will be humble with you until unless you are not hindering my interest. If there is
yes,
no conflict of interest, I will be humble till that point. If someone is coming in between my interest, then I will not be humble. This is a very simple philosophy.
but I think Kabbalah saying like if will be against the interest, then also they will be humble. I think.
How? Then I have to compromise my willingness.
Yes, yes, of course.
About whose interest? About human should
No.
Sir, similar philosophy has given by the Buddha and so many other philosophers, Indian
Yeah,
philosophers.
yes, yes.
It is said that
Then why we Indians could not become so humble in that way?
Yeah, like a Buddhist philosophy also, they also thinking to make people humble, not even for
Sir,
human. They were
they've been
thinking for
killed. They've been,
animal
sir,
also.
Premji
Yeah,
sir, because of being humble, they've been killed by Sung.
yes, yes.
Only because of they didn't retaliate, and that's why they've been killed by that Sung. Am I right or wrong?
Okay, okay. So we can go further for questions.
Few questions more.
You can read this question, sir, and can answer.
through this
Means
practice of Kabbalah, if we become
okay.
divine, happiest person on earth, what will be our next course of action? I mean, after attaining ultimate happiness, what will be our next action? Well, you see, when we're raised there, we will know what to do. It is not written in the books what we will do after. It's not written. No.
Okay. Yeah, this is not written there, and what question asking Professor sir, that also not so much clear there. So we going ahead for next questions. Okay, scholar sir, which spiritual person has till now given the solution to any problem in the whole world? This is the question. You have some answer? You have some answer of this? Or we go to next question?
Would you like to answer this question, sir? Scholar, sir? Speaker, sir?
Yuri, you understood this question?
It's a scholar source, so it was directed to someone else. Which spiritual person has now given the solution to any problem in the world, in the whole world? I don't know. I don't know of anyone else as other than our Kabbalah teachers, Bar Hasulam, Rabash, and our teacher Raf Lightman. I don't know of anyone else who tried, actually.
Okay.
Okay, next question.
Next question.
We used to consider Kabbalah as some kind of magic or miracle or some such secret knowledge from Jews. Can you explain something in terms of Kabbalah and esotericism, palmistry, neurology, etc.? We do not study anything esoteric, at all. That's true. We have got ancient texts, and modern texts like of 20th century. We study them, and we don't study any astrology, anything. That is.
Okay. Next question.
Well, ULM was created a foolproof philosophy of our constitution for eternal and as desired happiness. What is the use of open discussion? I will be happy if my question is answered. That's for you.
This is question for me. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, yes. We have foolproof a system for this and philosophy also. But we doing such discussion because of many people of the world. They, they are they divided
Sir,
in many philosophies.
sir, I can answer that. See
Okay,
that
okay.
the ULM has that there's some come up with that some philosophy for the ultimate solution. However, it cannot be accepted or adopted by the many people until unless they are not going to agree upon that. Because many people are following that many other philosophy so that they have to agreed upon that. And so here we are that discussing open discussion. If someone is going to give us the better philosophy, we are going to adopt that. Until unless we are not going to have this kind of the open discussion, we cannot get the solution. If any better solution exists in the universe, it can be, and we have to respect that. So this is the open discussion. Am I right, Premjeet sir?
Also craving for possibility only, you don't have 100% solution to eradicate suffering. Okay, if, if you all ask question from Yuri and about Kabbalah, then it will be more good. To question to us, you can ask separately, then we can answer in some another discussion. Okay. Uh, Amazing questions. Okay. Mr. Professor, why do not you eat humans? Gee, I think he's asking to Professor.
Yeah, that in the China, the many the aborted babies are being eaten, and the ladies are that intensely being pregnant for that purpose also. It is already happened in the China.
Yeah, there happened. And India, Mr. Professor not eating human because he don't want to go in jail and he don't want to be hanged.
Otherwise, ready or what? Or just don't want? Only by this reason?
No,
This is horrible.
this is one reason. No?
But really,
Rahul, sir, good
No,
conversation.
yeah, we have not to. We are bound with the law.
Yes, we bound to the law. Otherwise, in China, they,
I hope it's a
Sir,
joke.
sir,
no,
even
it's
even
not.
though even
I'm
though
asking
sir,
Professor.
sir,
Yes, yes.
Premji sir, even though in
Yes, sir.
India the law is there, but why the people are being killed? That is also the kind of eating.
Yeah, yes. So, one more question. Shraddhanshu Sekharji question like a cannibalism is not a crime in India. Yes. Cannibalism means
No, I know what means. Means if you
to do murder is a crime, but if somebody murder and you eat him, then you not criminal.
No, I can't. So means if you eat someone, so you not go to jail?
Yeah, if you eating, not killing.
You just found someone who
Yeah,
already
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
killed.
That many Nagas,
Human
sir,
eating.
many Nagas और वो साधु जो होते
Yeah,
हैं,
many sadhu.
वो जो हाँ,
But
मैं
you should found someone. But who tell it? Someone already was killed or he killed?
Killed or died somewhere, or they take meat from them.
There is no problem.
It is not a crime.
It's like in war, in Russian war. When war was, it's also the eating.
So, don't provide vague answer. No, it's okay. So, if anyone have any question, they can ask more. Question now finished. So we can.
And then we go to conclusion.
Yeah. We can conclude. So you please conclude.
So actually, we was Yuri. Thank you so much for you was ready to explain us a little about Kabbalah because we were not familiar, not enough familiar or at all familiar with this teaching. Whatever you explained us, we just like touched. We should more little think about it. And I think because it just was first touching, maybe it can be good if we create some questions and we'll send you. Because I think because like language difference, etc. I think many things you not properly could understand because it's little we can proceed our discussion. But we will send you question before, for you can little more learn and like prepare your answer. I think it can be more good
Yes, yes.
for future.
For next time, means you can write these questions and can try to find according to Kabbalah, or you can make some notes. So because generally people ask such questions
Yeah,
again and again,
because it's always
then
will be
more good
connect
answer will
with the real society.
or compile.
In our conversation, ULM conversation, it's always will connect with real society. And always will ask about question, not only philosophical, but how it will be right in this world, how it will be, what precision will be, have like your teaching, like all full picture about like future society by this way. And you told, I remember that you can connect us with some your like teacher who like very well
That's what
know
I would
Kabbalah. We
like.
would be very like if you
Much,
can
much more
accept him.
better.
Hmm?
Yes, yes, yes. They're much more better suited to be in talks with you than me. No, I'm unfortunately I'm very small disciple. No, that truly I'm very small. You see, I would like to introduce you to better people.
Yes, if you can invite him and if he knows English, we can discuss and more like because many questions will be little sharp, little like a new angle, whatever. Like from start very difficult to answer. Find in your teaching. So, but for start, thank you so much for all listeners. Also, thank you so much that you coming to our ULM English channel also and was so much active for asking questions, for support. We are very glad actually. It's our first experience, not first, but just starting experience. We want to proceeding it and we
Yeah,
happy for
absolutely, Juliana ji. We are highly thankful that he made us learn about that Kabbalah concept.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
I
and
also
if
I I also first time listen when I was in Russia by like through Yuri. I first time listen like a Kabbalah. Such philosophy also exists. First time I I listened. Yes.
yeah,
So,
Russia, sir, Premjeet sir,
Yes,
Russia
sir.
is our friend country that
Yeah.
and Indian, and many Russian I found that they are living in India, and many Indians are living in Russia,
Yeah.
and very at the very highest comfort level that.
Yes.
And so it may be the possible because of that some kind of the Buddha inspired some person went there and they reoriented means old wine in new bottle, the kind of things they may be given, the concept of that. Because see that this is a sir, I'm finding that this is the human nature that the person want to be highlighted and have the kind of the satisfaction for their prestige or that so this kind of the genetical character, I don't know that this is the already imbibed by that nature itself in the human being, because I am seeing that the most of the people just for their own fame and blame and all kind of things, they are just putting the things. But obviously, if it is that good, we have to know that but what I'm concluding analytical kind of things, just critical analysis. So this is the similar to that some kind of the Buddha. We want to be the noble, not to the hurt anyone, and so become the divine. And this kind of things similarity, I'm finding that I don't know that I may be wrong also. But as of now, what I'm thinking that just I honestly I'm putting through. So this may be the reason, this may be the kind of the transformation or new concept is coming. I don't know that. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Just putting through us to the kind of that Kabbalah, making us learn the Kabbalah concept.
So now we finished. So questions already not remains, I think. Yes.
Not really.
Not remain. Yeah.
So thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you,
We will
everyone.
again
Thank you,
meet.
everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Yuri.
Thank you, Yuri, and
Thank
see
you.
you again.
Thank you, Professor Sir.
Thank you, Professor Sir.
Thank
Thank
you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
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 And see you again. So for the next our ULM English channel conversation. After sometimes I don't know when it will be, but it surely will be. So till now, be in touch, and you can share if you liked our this discussion. You can share this. Who also can like, who has interest about philosophy, about psychology, about humanity, about sociology. So, and if you're not subscribe, you can subscribe, because sometimes we are making videos, a short video for in English with Premjeet about some, basically whatever I'm doing, and about mostly about philosophical topics, because I have interest about philosophy. We just discussing about like modern gurus philosophy, and a short video we're making, so you can also sometimes listen it. It can be interesting. Also, so you can tell. So
Yeah. So bye bye.
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 Bye. Thank you. Good night.